I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear Father.
Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, please help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
Help my son George tonight.
He never thinks about himself. God, that's why he's in trouble.
I wouldn't have a house if it wasn't for George. Please help him, God.
My nephew is the best man in town. Protect him tonight, dear Lord.
Something is wrong with Daddy, God. Can you help him?
We need George Bailey tonight, God. Please help him.
George is a good guy, God. Give him a break.
I love him, dear Lord. Please look after him tonight.
Please, please, please help my daddy, God.
Hello, Joseph. Trouble down there on Earth?
Looks like we'll have to send someone to Bedford Falls. A lot of good people down there are asking for help for a man named George Bailey.
George Bailey. Yes, tonight's his crucial night. You're right. We'll have to send someone down immediately. Whose turn is it?
That's why I came to see you, sir. It's that clockmaker's turn again.
Oh, Clarence. Hasn't got his wings yet, has he? We've passed him up all these years.
Because, sir, he's got the IQ of a rabbit.
Yes, but he's got the faith of a child. Simple. Joseph, send for Clarence.
You sent for me?
Yes, Clarence. Man down on Earth needs our help.
What? Is he sick?
No, worse. He's discouraged. At exactly 10:45 p.m. tonight, Earth time, that man would be thinking seriously but throwing away God's greatest gift.
His life? Jeez. We no time to lose. Sir, if I should accomplish this mission, may I maybe achieve my goals? Been waiting for over 200 years and people are beginning to talk.
What's that book you got there?
Tom Sawyer.
Clarence, you do a good job with George Bailey, and you'll get your wings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you see that man there, on the bridge?
That's your man. That is George Bailey. Help him, Clarence. Help him realize what a special man he is.
I wouldn't do that for you.
Wouldn't do what?
What you were thinking of doing.
How do you know what I was thinking?
We make it our business to know lots of things.
Listen, whatever you're selling, I'm not interested. Just leave me alone.
Look, you don't understand. I've got a job.
I said leave me alone.
Well, this isn't going very well. You said it would be easy. But you won't listen. I know. And if at first you don't succeed, blah, 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 blah. Have you ever read Tom Sawyer?
What?
Now, there was an industrious young man, and when the chips were down, he never gave up. Do you remember why?
Who cares?
Because he kept thinking about others, George, not about himself, but of all the folks who needed him.
You call me George. How do you know my name?
I know all about you. Watch you grow up from a little boy.
How could you? I've never seen you before.
You haven't needed to till now. How's the lip? Looks like it stopped bleeding.
Oh, that means you got to a prayer earlier.
No, George. I need to do prayer.
Who are you anyway?
Clarence, I'll buddy AS2.
AS2? What's the AS2?
Angel, second class.
Now I know I've lost my mind.
Not yet, but you're well on your way. That's where they sent me down, actually. It's ridiculous to think of killing yourself for a measly $8,000.
How'd you know that?
I'm trying to tell you, I know everything about you. I'm your guardian angel.
Well, you look the kind of angel I get. I'll give you that. Sort of like a fallen angel. What happened to your wings, anyway?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why the angel's second class. But you're going to change that.
I am? How?
By letting me help you.
Well, the only way you can help me is give me $8,000 by the time the clock strikes 12. After that, my life turns into a pumpkin.
Sorry, we don't use money now.
No, that's right. I keep forgetting. Well, down here, you can't live without it. And truth be known, I'm worth a lot more dead than alive.
Look, I told you you can't talk like that. You don't know how much you're worth. Why, if it hadn't been for you...
If it hadn't been for me, everyone I know would be a lot better off. My wife, my kids, my friends.
You sure got plenty of friends. I'll say that much for you. You know they've jammed up our airways for over an hour now?
What are you talking about?
Prayers, when they're heartfelt, they're mighty powerful missiles. And ones for you, they've lit up our whole celestial system.
Why? How?
Because you're such an important influence in so many lives, George, just like Tom Sawyer.
Since when?
Ever since that day you saved your little brother from drowning when he fell through the ice.
That was instinct. Besides, I was only 12.
There were other boys there that day. Some of them were older and better swimmers. But none of them nodded to their instincts. Only you did.
He was my brother.
I know, but what about Mr. Gower when you saved him from ruin? That wasn't instinct. That was courage.
He just received a telegram telling him his son had died.
And he turned me through and through, from drowning a sorrow in a bog. Remember?
George, are you out there? I'm sorry, Miss Blaine. The medicine should have been there an hour ago. I promise you it'll be over in 5 minutes. Where's Miss Blaine's box of capsules? Why didn't you deliver them?
I couldn't.
Why couldn't you deliver them? What kind of tricks are you playing at, young man? Don't you know the Blaine boy's very sick?
You're hurting my career, Mr. Gower!
You lazy loafer!
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing! You put something wrong in those capsules!
What are you talking about?
I know you're unhappy. You got that telegram today, and it upset you. I understand that. But you put something bad in those capsules. I'm sure you did.
How do you mean?
Just look and see for yourself. I tried to tell you when you were filling out the order, but you didn't.
Oh no, no, no.
Don't hurt my soul again!
Oh, George.
I won't tell a soul, Mr. Gower. Oh, tonight I won't.
I remember that part.
But you never did, not till this day. That's remarkable, you know.
He's always cared about young people. Gave lots of us our first jobs.
Well, he never stopped caring about you. Remember that handsome suitcase about you, when you thought you were finally headed off for college?
That was 1,000 years ago.
May you always use it in good health, George.
Thank you, Mr. Gower. How can I ever repay you?
By graduating with honor. That would make us all very proud.
Fat chance.
What do you bet, little brother?
Haven't got the time. I'm off to my dance. How do I look?
Like a goon in a penguin suit. Where's the funeral?
That's enough, you two. Harry, you look very nice.
Of course he does. It's my tux.
And what's your verdict, Aunt Tilly? Do I look good enough to eat?
If you lay one hand on me, young man, I'll hit you with this purse.
Aunt Tilly, I'm in love with you, and there's a full moon out tonight.
Harry, that's enough.
Okay, Mom, I've got to borrow the car. I've got to take over a bunch of plates and stuff.
Whose plates?
I'm chairman of the Eats Committee. No short a couple of dozen plates.
Harry, you can't use my Sunday china. It was my mother's and hers before that. Are you listening to me? We're all going to miss you, George.
Thank you, Violet.
Say, that's some dress you got on there.
This old thing? Why, it's just a hand-me-down like Harry's.
Well, it sure is pretty, isn't it, George?
What? Oh, yes, the dress. Very nice, Violet.
Well, I better get going. The dance starts in another half hour. Why don't you drop by later on?
Might just do that.
Hope you do. Bye now.
Want me and Ernie to walk you over to the school?
That won't be necessary. Take care, George.
Yeah, you too, Violet.
Well, come on, Ernie.
See you around, George.
Say, Uncle Billy, where's Pa?
Had to finish up a special report for Pollard. The board meets tomorrow.
I thought when Pa put him on the board of directors, he'd lay off of us. What's eating that old money-grabbing buzzard anyway?
Oh, he's a sick man, George. Sick in his mind, sick in his soul, if he has one. Hates everyone who has what he can't. Hates us mostly, I'm afraid.
After you graduate, you wouldn't consider coming back to the building alone with us, would you, George?
Oh no, not me, Uncle Willie. I couldn't stand being cooped up in a shabby office all day. If I had to sit around all day and try to figure out how to save 3 cents on a length of pipe, I'd go mad. I want to do something big, something important.
Well, you know, George, I think your dad and I feel that in a small way, we are doing something important. It's deep in the soul of man to want his own roof and walls and a fireplace to sit beside in the evening, and we like to feel that we're helping him get those things.
But, Bill, you've got to admit that this town is no place for any man unless he's willing to crawl to Potter. Now, George, you've got talent. We've all seen it. So get out there, get yourself an education. Get out of here if you must.
Have any idea what you want to do, George?
Sure, I want to build things. I want to build buildings, maybe even bridges. It's been this dream all my life.
Still after the first million before you're 30?
Oh, I'll sell for half that cash.
Well, your Anthony and I are sure going to miss you.
And I'm going to miss you all as well. Mind taking this into the house for me? I think I'm going to drop by on Harry's dance.
Have a good time, son.
And you did too, remember? That was the night you met Mary Hatch. Of course, you'd known Mary all your life. She grew up 3 or 4 years behind you, was always tagging along in the background. It's one of you boys sent her away. That never discouraged her, though, not her or any of the other girls. They're always hooked on you, George, especially Violet and Mary. You just never took the bait until Harry's graduation party. That's when you danced at Charleston all night with Mary Hatch, until someone tripped the lock on the moving gym floor. Then everyone fell or jumped into the swimming pool.
Buffalo gals, come on tonight, come on tonight, come on tonight. Buffalo gals, come on tonight, dance for the light of the moon.
Come out tonight, can't you come out tonight, can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. Hot dog, just like the church choir.
Beautiful.
You should have seen the commotion in that locker. I didn't locker with 3 people just to get the stuff wearing. I bet half your class jumped in the pool.
Half the town said it was a bad idea to put a gym floor or a swimming pool. I wonder who turned the key.
Probably someone jealous that you chose me to dance with you.
You think? Maybe.
Here, let me hold that wet dress of yours. Mary.
Hello. You look at me as though you've never seen me before.
I have.
You pass me on the street almost every day.
That wasn't you. I'm a little girl named Mary Hatch.
Do I look as funny as you do?
I'm not quite the football type. You look wonderful. You know, if it wasn't me talking, I'd say you're the most beautiful girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
Maybe I will. How old are you anyway?
You can't ask that.
Well, I am.
18.
18? It was just last year you were 17.
Too young or too old?
No, just right. Your age fits you. Yes, sir. You know, you look a little older without your clothes on. I mean, without your dress. You look younger. I mean older. You just look... Oh, no, I'm sorry. A pox upon me for my clumsy walk.
Sir, tray, please.
Your caboose, my lady.
You may kiss my hand.
Mary.
As I was lumbering down the street,
Down the street, down the street.
As I was
Lumbering down the street, we danced by the light of the moon. How about I throw a rock at the old Granville house?
Oh no, don't. I love that old house.
No, you see, you make a wish and then you break some glass. You have to be a pretty good shot nowadays with half the windows broken out.
Oh no, George, don't. It's full of romance, that old place. I'd love to live in it.
In that old place?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't live in it if I were a ghost. Now watch. Second window down the left.
What'd you wish, George?
Well, not just one wish, Mary. A whole hatful. I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, and the day after that, and the next year, and the next year after that. I'm shaking the dust off this crummy old town. I'm gonna go out and see the world. Italy, Greece, the Colosseum, the Parthenon. And then I'm gonna go to college and see what they know. And then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build bridges a mile long and skyscrapers 100 stories high. Are you going to throw it? Hey, that's not half bad. What did you wish for, Mary?
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish for, Mary?
Oh, no.
Come on, tell me.
If I told you, it might not come true.
What do you want, Mary? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it. And then what?
Well, then you can eat it and swallow it, you see? Then it'll dissolve. And the moon means to shout your fingers and your toes out the end of your hair. Am I talking too much?
Yes, you are.
Who's there?
Why don't you kiss it instead of talking to me?
What?
Aw, youth. You know it's wasted on the wrong people, Ernie.
You're telling me.
Just wasted.
Hey, Bert, Ernie, get back here. I'll show you some kissing without turning your heads around.
George, come home, quick. Your father's had a stroke.
Oh, Mary, I've got to go.
Come on, George, just hurry.
You sent for the doctor?
Yes, I can't go there now.
It was nice of you to come, Mr. Potter.
Well, I would say your father was the building and loan here at Bedford Falls, George.
I would agree with that, Mr. Potter.
But he wasn't a businessman. That's what killed him. Oh, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. So our next board of trustees meeting, I'm going to make a motion.
A motion?
A motion to dissolve the institution and move the assets and liabilities over to the receivership.
But Mr. Potter.
Here, take these. Ernie Bishop. Have the board act on in the morning. You know, that man walks around all day delivering our mail, usually late because he's stopping around to talk to everyone. Well, anyway, I happen to know the bank turned down his loan, but the building loan is willing to build him a house worth $5,000. Why?
You see, I've taken care of all that, Mr. Potter. There is salary, insurance, and all his paperwork right here, and I can certainly vouch for his character.
Oh, he's a friend of yours.
Yes, he is.
So if you shoot pool with the manager's son, you can borrow money. Where does I get the building a loan? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. All because of a few starry-eyed dreamers like your father stir them up with crazy ideas in their heads.
Now wait just a minute, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he and Uncle Billy ever started this cheap penny-ante loan, I'll never know. But nor you or anybody else can say anything against his character. Why, in the last 25 years since him and Uncle Billy started this institution, he never saved any money or put himself before anybody. But he did help a few people get out of your slums. And what's so bad about that? You know, the rabble you talk about in this town, they do most of working, paying, living, and dying. Was it too much to ask for them to work, pay, live, and die in a couple decent rooms and a bath? My father didn't think so. People were human beings to him. But to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, my father died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book, young man. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know exactly what you're interested in. You're interested in something you can't get your hands on, and it's galling you. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Potter. I'll see you at the board meeting tomorrow.
But you're not on the board.
I hold my father's proxy so I can attend and cast a vote. The way I see things, Mr. Potter, is that people in this town need our one-horse institution to have a place without having to crawl to you.
Get me out of here. Sentimental hogwash. I'm still going to make my motion, young man. We'll see who really holds the power in this town.
She spoke eloquently at the board meeting that day. They voted Potter down, remember?
No one can dish that.
That you take your father's place. And you did. You sent Harry off to college with all the money you'd saved up.
And Harry became a football star. And second team All-American.
And you got 4 years older.
That's for nothing.
Hello, Mother.
What are you doing, wishing on the moon?
Nope, I've given up on that. I'm just getting some fresh air.
Did you hear Mary Hatcher's back from school?
Mm-hmm.
Came back 3 days ago.
Uh-huh.
Nice girl, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I know, help you find the answers, George. Oh, would you stop that grunting?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary?
Sure, Sam Wayner.
Sam's
crazy for Mary.
Well, she's not crazy about him.
How do you know that? Did she tell you?
No.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, I've got eyes, have an eye where she lights like a firefly whenever you're around.
Oh,
And besides, Sam's away in New York and you're here in Bedford Falls.
all is fair, love and war, Mother.
Well, I don't know about war.
Mother, you know you can't lie to me. I can see right through you. Right through your back collar button. Trying to get rid of me, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, here's your hat. What's your hurry? If you insist, Mother, old building alone pal, I'll go find a girl and do some passionate necking.
George!
Now, which way do I go? This way? Good night, Mother.
Hello, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, Violet. How's business at your old-fashioned permanent wave shop?
Not a tidal wave yet, but I'm getting into city mother thanks to you. What gives with you?
No, nothing much.
Where are you going?
Oh, probably just ended up down at the library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. Yes, I do. What are you doing tonight, Violet?
Not a thing.
Are you game, Vi? Let's make a night of it.
Oh, I love it, Georgie. What do we do?
Well, why don't we go walk in the fields and take off our shoes and walk through the grass?
Huh?
And then we'll climb Mount Bedford all the way up to the falls. And we'll watch the sunset on the peaks and smell the pines. And we'll stay up there the whole night. And the whole town will be talking. There'll be a terrific scandal.
Walk in the grass in my bare feet? George, have you gone crazy? And not Bedford. That's gotta be a 10-mile hike at least.
You know, you're right. It was just a crazy one.
You're telling me. Good night, George.
Hello, Mary. I was just passing by.
How's that?
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
Paying me a visit. Your mother phoned and said you were on your way over.
My mother called you? How did she know?
Well, didn't you tell her?
I didn't tell anybody anything. I was just passing by.
Well, would you like to come up on the porch and sit a minute?
Sure, just for a minute. When did you get back?
Tuesday.
Where'd you get that address?
Do you like it?
It's all right. I thought you go back to New York with Sam, Angie, and the rest of them.
Oh, I worked a couple of vacations there, but I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
Homesick? For Bedford Falls?
Yes, and my family and everything. Aren't you coming to sit on the porch?
Yeah, just for a minute. I ain't telling anybody I was coming over here.
Would you rather leave?
No! I mean, I don't want to be rude.
Buffalo gals,
Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon.
Mary, who's down there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey, what does he want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Me? Not a thing.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
Well, you tell him that. Go straight on home. And don't you leave the house either. Sam Wainwright promised to call from New York tonight. There he is now.
I better get going.
Mary, get the phone.
Hold on a minute. Hello, Sam. How are you? You'll never guess who's here. George Bailey. George, it's Sam. He wants to talk to you.
Me?
Hurry, it's long distance.
Hello, Sam.
Well, George Baileyowski, hey, if I'm Palior, what are you trying to do? Steal my girl?
No, no one's trying to steal your girl, Sam. Here's Mary.
No, wait a minute. I want to talk to both of you. Tell Mary to get on the extension.
He says get on the extension.
Mother's on the extension.
I am not.
Now we both agree. We're listening, Sam.
I have a big deal coming up that's going to make us all rich. George, do you remember that night at Martini's bar when you told me to read someplace about making plastics out of soybeans?
Yeah, soybeans. Sure.
Well, Dad snapped up the idea. He's building a factory outside of Rochester. And here's the point. Oh, Mary, you're in this too. George, do you have any money?
Well, yeah, a little.
I want you to put every cent you've got into our stocks. And George, I may have a job for you in this, unless you're still married to that broken down building alone. This is the biggest thing since radio. I'm not letting you in on the ground floor. Oh, Mary.
I'm here.
Tell this guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime. The chance of a lifetime.
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Now you listen to me. I don't want any plastics. I don't want any ground floors. And I don't want to be married ever to anybody. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And, oh, Mary.
George.
Oh, look at this champagne.
Thank you, Ernie.
Now, where are you guys going this year now, honey?
I don't know. Where are we going, honey? Here, Ernie. There's the kitty. Come on, count it, Mary.
I feel like a lady's wife. Look.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to shoot the works. A whole week in Bermuda, a whole week in New York, the hottest hotels, the oldest champagne, the richest caviar, the hottest music, and the prettiest wife.
That does it, then what?
I don't care, then what?
After that, who cares?
That doesn't come here.
I hate to break anything up, but there's something funny going down at the bank. I've never really seen one, but this is on the earmarks of a rod.
Oh my God!
Gotta be when you get back, folks. You better hurry. I'll be just a minute, Mary. I'll be right back.
George, please let's not stop. Let's just go.
I'll be right back, Mary. What's the meaning of this, Uncle Billy? A holiday?
This is what you call a pickle, George, a real pickle.
What happened? How did it start?
How does anything like this ever start? All I know is the bank called over them.
When?
About an hour ago. I had to hand over all our cash.
All of it?
Every cent of it. And it was still less than we owe.
Holy mackerel.
The whole town's gone crazy.
Mr. Potter, to what do we owe this unexpected visit?
George, there's a rumor around town that you're going to be closing the doors early. Is this true?
No, not for another 10 minutes. That's our regular closing time.
It's good to hear that, George. Do you want me to call the sheriff?
What for?
Well, offices get pretty ugly sometimes.
I assure you, our customers are very polite.
I'm sure, George. I'm going all out to help in this crisis. I've just guaranteed the bank sufficient funds. They'll close for a week and then they'll reopen.
Taking over the bank?
I may lose a fortune, but I'm willing to guarantee your people, too. Bring your shares down to the bank. I'll pay 50 cents on the dollar.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Potter. We'll take care of our customers right now.
Well, just make sure you don't close your doors before 6 or you'll never reopen them. Ladies, gentlemen, remember, 50 cents on the dollar.
You never miss a trick, do you, Potter? We're not going to get this one. All right, folks, don't panic. You heard Mr. Potter. The bank will reopen in a week.
But I have money here, George, and I'll take it now.
No, Miss Andrews, you're thinking this place all wrong. You're asking if I have the money back in the safe. But your money's in the Grange's house, and the house next to yours, and the Kennedy's house, and Miss Macklin's house, and 100 others. You're lending them money to build, and then they'll pay you back the best they can. Now, what are you going to do? Foreclose on them?
I have $242 here, and $242 isn't going to break anybody.
All right, Miss Andrews, all right. Now, if you sign right here, you'll get your money in 60 days.
60 days?
Now, that's what you agreed to when you bought your shares. Come on, Miss Andrews, give us 60 days on this one.
Are you going to go to Potter's? It's better to get half than nothing.
Miss Andrews, Miss Thompson, wait, please. If Potter gets a hold of this building alone, there'll never be another decent house built in town. He's already got the bank, he's got the bus line, he's got the department stores, and now he's after us. Why? Because we're cutting out his business. And he wants to keep you living in his slums, paying the rent he decides. Well, we can't let him. We have to stick together. We have to have faith in each other.
But my husband hasn't worked for over a year, and I need money.
And I can't let this whole bank reopens, George.
We've got doctor bills to pay.
Yeah, George, I need cash.
Can't feed my kids on faith.
How much do you need?
Hey, that's right. I got $2,000. This should tide us over till the bank reopens. All right, Miss Andrews, how much do you need?
I'll pay $242.
Oh, Miss Andrews, how much till the bank reopens?
$242.
All right, Miss Andrews, there you are.
That'll close my account.
Your account's still here. That's a loan. All right, Ernie, how much do you need?
I got $300 for you, George.
Oh, Ernie, how much till the bank reopens?
I suppose $20.
$20. Now you're talking fine. Thanks, Ernie. All right, Miss Thompson, how much do you need?
But if you're owed money for it,
Never mind about that. How much do you need?
I suppose 20 will do just fine.
There you are.
And we'll sign a paper.
You don't have to sign anything. I know you'll pay it back when you can. All right, Miss Martini.
Can we have $17.50, please?
17. Why, of course you can. Bless your heart. Uncle Billy, you got 50 cents? Here, you take it.
I think we're gonna make it, George. I think we're gonna make it.
So do I. Hello, Miss Bailey.
Hello, Mr. Bailey. How's business?
Good.
Well, at least you have a place to come home to. The roof leaks and most of the windows are broken out, but the structure's sound and we're doing nothing for you.
What are you talking about?
32 Sycamore.
32 Sycamore, but that's...
Remember the night we broke out all the windows? That's what I wished for, and I've been saving ever since. Happy anniversary.
We've only been married an hour.
1 hour, 29 minutes, and 40 some odd seconds. Soon enough to celebrate, I would say.
Oh, darling, you're wonderful.
4, 5, 6, bingo! Look, George, we made it. We got $2 left.
I'd say we're a couple financial wizards.
Those Rockefellers.
Open the safe for them great big important simoleons.
Save them for seed.
And if you want the Bailey Building and Loan to stay in business, you better have a family fast.
I wish they were rabbits.
That's great, Aunt Tilly. Did you hear that, Uncle Billy? Rabbits. Here's to the rabbits. Rabbits. And wine, that joy and prosperity may reign forever. Enter the Martini Castle.
Did you have our own house? We own our own house. Me, Giuseppe Martini, our own house. No more we live like pigs in potter's fields. Our own house, finally.
You can't dismiss this Bailey Park anymore, Mr. Potter. It's cutting deeper and deeper into your rental profits.
The Bailey family's been a boil on my neck long enough.
Mr. Potter, Mr. Bailey has just arrived, sir.
Good. Tell him to wait. Go on.
As you know, he's built up a whole subdivision out next to the cemetery. Dozens and dozens of the prettiest little homes you ever saw. I'm thinking seriously of purchasing one myself.
Don't you dare!
My point is, Mr. Potter, 90% of the residents used to pay rent to you. Now, if I were you, Mr. Potter...
Well, you are not me.
As I say, I'm just a lowly bank examiner. But if you're not careful, one of these days...
I'm a busy man, Miss Carter. I haven't got time for idle conjecture. Good day. Cut on my profits, will you, Mr. Bailey? Well, I'll show you a trick or two. Peggy!
Yes, sir?
Send Bailey in.
Right away, sir. Mr. Bailey, Mr. Potter will see you now.
Thank you.
Good morning, George. Good to see you again.
Mr. Potter, this is quite the unexpected visit.
Why is that?
You're asking me to pay you a visit.
I don't see what's so unusual about it. I just thought the two of us should become better acquainted. Here, have a cigar.
Thank you, sir. This is quite the cigar.
You like it? I'll send you a box.
Well, I suppose I'll find out sooner or later, but just what exactly did you want to see me about?
Now that's what I like so much about you, George. You know, I'm an old man, and most people hate me, but I don't like them either, so it makes it all even. You also know that I own almost everything in this town except the Bailey Building and Loan. You also know for a number of years I've been trying to gain control of it, or to kill it. But you've been stopping me, George. And anyone in this county can tell you, it takes quite some doing. Take the Depression, for instance. You and I were the only ones that kept our heads. You saved the building and loan, I saved all the rest.
Well, most people say you stole the rest.
The envious ones say that, George, the suckers. Now, I've stated my side very frankly. Now let's look at your side. 27, 28, married, making, say, 40 a week?
45.
45. After which, paying your bills and supporting your wife and mother, you're able to keep 10 if you skim. A child or two comes along and you won't even be able to keep the 10. Now, if this was a common, ordinary yokel, I'd say he'd be doing just fine. But George Bailey's not a common, ordinary yokel. He's a smart, intelligent, ambitious young man who hates his job, who hates the building and loan almost as much as I do. Now, let's see here.
Now, what's your point here, Mr. Potter?
My point is I want to hire you, George.
Hire me?
I want you to manage my fairs, run my properties. I'll start you off at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year?
You wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town, buying your wife a lot of fine clothes, a few business trips to New York every year, every once in a while Europe.
Would I? You're not talking to somebody else about here, are you? No, this is me. You remember me? George Bailey?
Oh yes, George Bailey, whose ship has just come in, providing he has the brains enough to climb aboard.
But what about the building and loan?
Confound it, man! Are you afraid of success? I'm offering you a 3-year contract starting at $20,000 a year.
Well, I know I ought to jump at the offer, but could I maybe have 24 hours to think it over?
Sure. Go home and talk it over with your wife. In the meantime, I'll draw up the papers.
Okay, Mr. Potter.
Okay, George.
No. Wait just a minute. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know right now the answer is no. It's no, doggone it. You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter. You know, in the whole vast configuration of things, I'd say you're just a scurvy little spider. And that goes for you. And it goes for you too. Mary Hatch, why in the world did you ever marry a guy like me?
To keep from being an old maid.
Well, you could have married Sam Wainwright or anybody else in town.
I didn't want to marry anybody else in town. I want my baby to look like you.
But you didn't have a honeymoon. Mary, I promise. Wait, what did you say?
My baby.
Mary, are you on the desk?
In a matter of speaking.
What is it, a boy or a girl?
You were on top of the world then, George Bailey. You couldn't have been happier.
That was nearly 10 years ago. We've gone through a war since then.
Yes, and your wife has given birth to not one but 4 beautiful children. Your brother, Harry, he's about to be decorated with the Congressional Medal of Honor. President decorates Harry Bailey?
That was the headline in this morning's paper.
That's right, George, this morning. About 10 a.m. That's when it all started, right? You're out buying a Christmas wreath, and Uncle Billy? Oh yeah, Uncle Billy was on his way to the bank.
Extra, read all about it. Local boy wins Congressional Medal of Honor. Harry Bailey to be decorated by President.
Here, give me one of those. One of those Bailey boys again.
Well, good morning, Mr. Potter. What's the news? Well, Harry Bailey wins Congressional Medal. That couldn't be one of the Bailey boys, could it? You just can't keep those Baileys down. Now can you, Mr. Potter?
How does Slacker George feel about it?
Very jealous. Oh, yes, very jealous. He only lost 3 buttons off his vest. Of course, Slacker George would have gone and chewed those medals if he had been allowed to go.
I know, he has a bad ear.
That's right. After all, Potter, some people like George had to stay home. Not every heel was in Germany and Japan.
Give me back my paper. Buy your own if you want to drool over it. Hey, wait. No. Hurry, take me straight to the bank.
Yes, sir.
Extra, read all about it.
George, it's Harry on the phone, long distance, Washington.
Harry, would you look at that? Oh, Harry, you old 7 kinds of son of a gun. How are you? Congratulations. How's Mother standing? She did. Mother had lunch with the president's wife.
Wait till Bill hears about this. What did they have to eat?
What did they have to eat? Oh, Harry, you should see what they're cooking up back in town for you. What? The Navy's going to fly Mother home in a plane.
In a plane?
What's that? Uncle Billy? Has Uncle Billy come in yet?
No, he stopped at the bank first.
He's not here right now. But Harry, look!
George.
Now tell me about it.
George, that woman's here again.
What woman?
Bank examiner.
Who? Harry, here. Talk to Aunt Tilly for a second. I'll be right back. Hello, Violet.
George, can I see you for a second?
Of course you can. Just step into my office right there. I'll be with you in a minute. Hello, miss.
Carter, bank examiner.
Miss Carter, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're all really excited around here. My brother just got the Congressional Medal of Honor. The president just decorated it.
Well, I guess they do those things. I trust you had a good year.
Good year. Well, between you and me, Miss Carter, we're broke.
Very funny.
Well, if you just step right in here.
Although I shouldn't wonder when you okay reverse charges on personal long-distance calls.
George, shall I hang up?
No, he wants to speak to Uncle Billy. You just hold on.
Now, if you'll cooperate, I'd like to finish with you by tonight. I will spend Christmas in Elmira with my sister and her family.
I completely understand. Now, if you just step right in there, Uncle Billy has everything all laid out for you.
Hurry, Uncle Billy, hurry. It's Harry now. Long distance.
Not now. I can't talk to anyone now.
But, Bill, it's your nephew Harry. Remember Harry? Here's your Uncle Billy, Harry.
Hello. Yes, Harry. Yes, everything's fine.
Mr. Bailey?
What? Oh, yes.
Oh, another Mr. Bailey. Well, you'll do fine. Possibly better. Can I see you in here for a moment? I have some questions.
Me? Oh, dear. Why, certain, yes, of course, I'll be right there. Where's George?
In his office with Violet Peterson.
Oh, dear. I need to see him as soon as he gets out.
Character. If I had any character, I'd...
It takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again.
No, George, don't.
Oh, here, take it. You're broke, aren't you?
I know, but...
What do you want to do? Hawk your furs and your hat? Gonna walk your way to New York? You know they charge for meals and rent up there just the same they do in Medford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
It's a loan. Besides, that's my business. Building a loan. And you'll get it. I know you'll get a job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
Say hello to New York for me.
Yeah, sure I will.
What's the matter, Violet? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, George.
Mr. Bailey, there seems to be a problem here.
A problem? How so?
George, can I see you for a moment? Alone?
Uncle Billy, what's the matter?
Oh, George.
What?
Oh, dear. Is that your bad ear?
No.
Then you did hear me.
I'm afraid so. How much? That much? Are you sure? Did you buy anything?
Nothing, not even a stick of gum.
Are you sure you had the money with you?
I was counting it, I think.
You think? Uncle Billy, we've got to find that money.
Look, George, I'm no good to you.
Did you hide the money somewhere in your house? Someplace to put the money, someplace to hide it?
No, nothing like that.
Think.
I have been thinking, George, I have, and I can't think anymore. It hurts.
Now listen to me. Where's the money, you stupid, silly old fool? Where's the money? You know what this means? It means bankruptcy, and scandal, and prison.
No.
Yes, that's what it means. One of us is going to jail, and it's not going to be me.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Daddy!
How do you like it?
Bless you.
Did you bring a wreath?
Yeah, Daddy, did you bring the Christmas wreath?
Wreath? What wreath?
Oh, the Christmas wreath for the window.
No, I left it at the office.
Is it snowing?
Yeah, just started.
Where's your coat and hat?
Left them at the office.
What's wrong?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
Isn't it wonderful about Harry? I bet I got 50 calls today about the banquet, the parade. Your mother's so excited,
Must she keep playing that?
She's back for a party tonight, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy, Mommy said we can stay up till midnight and sing Christmas carols.
You can stay up too, Daddy.
Hey,
eyes and she didn't want to crush it, so she didn't button her coat. Oh, go to bed, darling.
I want to get my flower drink.
What is it, a sore throat, Zuzu?
Oh, just a cold. The doctor says it's nothing serious.
The doctor? The doctor is here?
Yes, I called him right away. He said it was nothing to worry about.
Well, are you running a temperature, little one?
I don't think so.
Just a teensy one. 99.6. She'll be all right.
Better get back upstairs, Zuzu. This floor is cold.
A flower, she needs a drink.
Now!
I'll bring the vase up with some water.
It's this old house. It's no wonder we all have pneumonia. This old drafty barn. It's like living in a refrigerator. Why do we have to live here in the first place? Why do we have to stay in this crummy old town?
George, what's wrong?
Hey, Daddy, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know. Ask your mother.
Telephone! I'll get it. Hello, this is Mrs. Bailey. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. Oh, she'll be all right. The doctor says she'll be out of bed in time to have her Christmas dinner.
Is that Zuzu's teacher?
Yes.
Hello? Mrs. Welch? This is George Bailey. I'm Zuzu's father. Say, what kind of a teacher are you anyway, sending our daughter home half naked like that? You know, she'll bring with pneumonia on the account of you.
George.
Is this the kind of thing we pay taxes for? To have teachers like you? Stupid, silly, careless people that send their kids home with no clothes on? You know, maybe my kids aren't the best dressed. Maybe they don't have any decent clothes. Oh, that's stupid.
Hello, Mrs. Welch. I'd like to apologize. Hello? She hung up.
I'll hang her up. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, Mr. Welch. I am so glad you called. Gives me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife. Oh, you will, huh? Well, anytime you think you're man enough. He hung up.
How do you spell hallelujah?
I don't know. What do you think I am, a dictionary? And Janie, haven't you learned that silly tune yet? You played it over and over again. Now stop it. Stop it. I'm in trouble, Mr. Potter. I need your help. There's some sort of accident. My company's showing their accounts. The bank examiner's up there today, and I gotta raise $8,000 immediately.
That's the reporters I wanted to talk to you about.
The reporters?
Yes, they called me up when you're building a loan. Oh, and there's a man over there from the DA's office. He's looking for you.
Please help me, Mr. Potter. Please help me. Can't you see what it means to me and my family? I'll give you any sort of bonus on the loan, any interest. Why, if you still want the building loan, why
Could it be there's a slight discrepancy in the books?
No, there's nothing wrong with the books. I just simply misplaced $8,000.
You misplaced $8,000?
Yes, sir. I can't find it anywhere.
Have you notified the police?
No, sir. I didn't want the publicity. Harry's homecoming's tomorrow.
They're gonna believe that one. What have you been doing, George? Playing the market with the company's money?
No, sir. I haven't.
What is it? A woman, then. You know, it's all around town that you've been giving money to Violet Peterson.
What?
Not that it makes any difference to me, but why would you come to me? Why would you go to Sam Wainwright?
I can't get a hold of him. He's all the way in Europe.
What about all of your other friends?
They don't have that kind of money, Mr. Potter. You know that. You're the only one in town that can help me.
I see. I've suddenly become quite important. What kind of securities would I have, George? Have you any stocks?
No, sir.
Bonds, real estate, collateral of any kind.
I have some life insurance here. A $15,000 policy.
And how much is your equity in it?
$500.
Look at you! You used to be so cocky. You're going to go out and conquer the world. You once called me a work-frustrated old man. But You are now the young, frustrated young man. Now, crawling in here on your hands and knees, begging for help, no securities, no stocks, nothing but a miserable little life insurance policy with a $500 equity. You're worth more dead than alive. But I'll tell you what I'll do for you, George. As a stockholder of the building and loan, I'm going to call a warrant for your arrest. Misuse of funds, manipulation, malfeasance.
No. No.
Go ahead,
no.
George. You can't hide in a little town like this.
Oh God, you've got to help me out here.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
George Bailey, is that you? Come on and join us.
Not tonight, Mr. Martini.
Wait a minute. Did he just call you George Bailey?
Yep, this is Mr. George Bailey, brother of the young man who's just been given the Congressional Medal of...
The next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse. She cried for an hour and wouldn't even come out with us tonight.
That's enough, Mr. Welch. That's enough.
It's not enough. She's slaves teaching the stupid kids how to read and write, and you have to bawl her out? Mr. Welch. Out of hell with it. I'm going home.
Come on, everyone. This is Christmas Eve. We're supposed to be spreading good cheer.
Yeah, aren't we gonna see anymore?
Of course we are. Come on, everybody.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy
George?
New
Sure.
Year.
You gonna lock you off?
No, Ernie, I'm fine. I'm waiting on somebody.
You sure?
Just, where's my life insurance policy?
What?
Just leave me alone, Ernie, please. Just leave me alone. Go on with your friends.
Are you coming?
Well, man, are you sure you're okay, George?
I'm fine, Ernie. Thank you, Ernie.
Well then, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Oh God, Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, please show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope, God. Please, show me the way.
That's right, Kevin.
You mean you actually heard my prayer up there?
Yours and over a dozen others. Be surprised how many people are concerned about you.
Yeah. Wait till they find out I've ruined their lives.
You haven't ruined their lives, George. Besides, it wasn't your fault.
I'm president of the company. That means I'm the one to be held accountable. Ask Mr. Potter, he'll tell you.
And you think killing yourself would make everyone feel happier?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it'd be better if I was just never born at all.
What'd you say?
I wish I was never born.
I told you you can't say things like that. That's an idea. That's an idea. What do you think? All right, you've got your wish. You've never been born. You don't gotta make all the fuss about it.
What did you say?
You've never been born. You have no worries, no obligations, no $8,000 to get.
Wait, say something again then.
Sure, you can hear out of it.
Well, that's a doggonest thing I've ever heard. I haven't heard anything out here since I was a kid. What's going on here?
Hey, there's two more steps. Oh, let's sing to them. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry That's my name, and this is my voice. Watson?
Mr. Martini, don't you recognize me?
Dominic, he knows your name. Now we gotta sing.
But where's your wife? Where's Mrs. Martin?
She's home. They're all home. That's what makes it a Merry Christmas, doesn't it?
But I just saw them all a minute ago. Her and lots of other women and children.
Where? What are you talking about? Hey, you're not gonna snitch on us, are you?
Wait a minute, I know you. You just hit me a minute ago.
I did. Did it hurt? Hear that, fellas? I already did.
Mr. Gow, don't you recognize me? Hey, George.
Like I said, I went nothing around with that guy.
You own the corner drugstore. I used to work for you as a kid. Don't you remember me?
Now I know I don't like you. That rumhead spent 20 years in prison for poisoning a kid.
That's right, and if you know him, you must be a jailbird yourself. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait for me. Come on, fellas.
Wow. Well, looks like you weren't there to stop Gal from putting the poison into the capsules.
But I know I was there. I remember distinctly. Look, who are you?
I already told you, I'm your guardian angel.
But I don't get it.
It's what you wanted, what you asked for, what you get. It's all because you weren't born.
Not born.
That's right.
But if I wasn't born, then who am I?
You're nobody. You have no identity.
What do you mean I have no identity? My name's George Bailey. I was born right here in Bedford Falls, July 1907.
You won't find any public record of it. Besides, this isn't Bedford Falls anymore. It's Pottersville.
Pottersville? No. No!
I'm afraid so, and there is no George Bailey. Never has been. See, George, you've been given a great gift. A chance to see what the world would be like without you.
Violet!
That's what they call me.
Oh, am I glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. New in town? Who gave you my name?
Violet, it's me, George.
Of course you are. And if anyone ever asks, I've never seen or heard of you before.
Don't you remember? It's me, George. We grew up together.
I don't think so good looking, but I sure wish we had.
But you have to remember.
Well, I've got all night. You want to tell me about it?
Your name's Violet Peterson. You were born right here in Bedford Falls, 1911. And you graduated from the local high school.
Wait a minute. What are you? Some sort of private eye? I should have known. Don't you guys ever give a rest? It's Christmas Eve, for God's sake.
But Violet, you don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. Well, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's my motto. So give it a rest or get out of here.
But Violet.
Or I'll make a telephone call, George, or whatever your name is, and I don't think you want me to do that. Merry Christmas.
Look, who are you?
I'm your guardian angel. I already told you that.
No, shut up. You've told me that. I'm seeing things. What are you, some sort of hypnotist?
No, of course not.
You're crazy. I think you're screwy. And you're making me crazy, too. I'm going home.
Oh, what home?
Shut up! Boarding house? What's going on here?
Well, what do you want? If you're looking for a room, there's no vacancy.
No, please. I'm confused. I need to sort things out.
I already told you there's no vacancy. Besides, I don't take in strangers unless they're referred by someone. Try over on Maple, 163 Maple.
I know your brother-in-law, Billy.
How do you know him?
I've seen him around.
When? Where did you see him around?
Over at his house today.
That's a lie. He's been in a state asylum for over 5 years, ever since he lost his business.
Well, your son, Harry.
My only son broke through the ice and drowned at the age of 9.
No, he's alive. He went through the war. He's a hero. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor, and he's coming home tomorrow.
I'm calling the police.
Strange, isn't it? Each man's life touches so many other lives, and when he isn't around, he leaves an awful hole, doesn't he?
He saved every man's life on that transport.
Every man on that transport died, George. He wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save him. See, you really had a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it'd be to throw it all away?
Clarence?
Yes, George?
Where's Mary?
Oh, yeah.
If you know where she is, tell
me. You're not going to like it.
Where's Mary? Is she alive?
Yes, she's alive, and she never married. But she's not the Mary you know. Something happened. There's got to be an easier way to get my wings.
Mary. Mary.
Who are you? What do you want?
It's me, George. Don't you recognize me?
Get away from me, I'll scream.
Mary, what happened to us?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mary, it's me. It's your husband, George.
No, get away from me, I'll scream.
Mary.
Somebody help, please.
Mary.
Don't touch me, I
Clarence, Clarence, please, give me back. Give me back my wife and my kids. Please, give me back, Clarence. I want to live again.
Hey, George, you alright? Hey, what's the matter?
I didn't do anything to her, honest.
What are you talking about? One of the same who are yelling for, George.
Don't, George. Her, you know me.
Know you? Are you kidding? I've been looking all over town trying to find you. Half the town's out looking for you.
Mary!
Yeah, Mary called. So did Martini. And your Uncle Billy. And even your mother called. So what's going on, George?
What's going on? It's alive. It's breathing. It's moving, Bert. Merry Christmas.
I think I better get you home.
No, I'm fine. Honest. Mary! Mary! Hello, Miss Bank Examiner. Hello, Sheriff.
Mr. Bailey, you have a deficit we must talk about.
And a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, isn't it wonderful? Merry Christmas! Mary! Oh, look at this drafty old house. Mary! Have you seen my wife?
Merry Christmas, Daddy!
Oh, you wonderful kids, I can eat you up. Where's your mother?
She went looking for you with Uncle Billy.
George, darling.
Hallelujah!
Oh, George, where have you been?
Oh, Mary, let me touch you. Oh, you're real. You have no idea what happened to me.
You have no idea what happened. Now come, stand right here, and do not move. I can hear them coming. It's a miracle, George, a miracle. Uncle Billy, Ernie, everybody in here.
Isn't it wonderful? Mary did, George. She told a few people you were in trouble and they scattered all over town collecting money. They didn't ask any questions. Just said, if George in trouble, count on me. You never saw anything like it.
What is this, George? Another row in the back?
I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George. Merry Christmas.
Glad to do it, George. Anything for you, Mr. Bailey. I'll save this money for divorce if I ever find myself a husband.
Made the rounds of all my chart accounts, George.
I'm not going to go, George. I changed my mind.
Just a minute. Quiet now. This is for London. Mr. Gower cables you need cash. Stop. The office instructed to advance you $25,000. Stop line. Merry Christmas, Sam Wingard.
Jingle bells,
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Mary!
It looks like I'm meeting you just in time. Quick, anybody got any wine? Champagne? I want to make a toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town. Wait, I forgot. Some crazy old man handed this to me at the airport. Maybe he promised to give it to you personally.
Tom Sawyer? Who would give you an old beat-up copy of Tom Sawyer?
Dear George, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wins. Love, Clarence. From a dear old friend of mine, just like all of you, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!